Kaieteur Radio, 99.1 and 99.5 FM.
The third world is not poor. You don't go to poor countries to make money. There are very few poor countries in this world. Only the people are poor. When people didn't have enough to eat, when people were driven to the edge of desperation, there's billions to be made there, to be carved out and to be taken. The capitalist European and North American powers have carved out and taken the timber, the bauxite. They have taken out of these countries. These countries are not underdeveloped. They're overexploited. They're overexploited. They're overexploited.
Happy holidays, broadcasting to you live on 24 Saffron Street, Charlestown, Georgetown. This is Kaieteur Radio 99.1 and 99.5 FM. It is 19 hours 18 in Guyana. And right across the Eastern Caribbean, it is time for a rebroadcast of the Lall show. And like I mentioned last night, Mr. Lall is on a break, but we are still going to bring to you a rebroadcast of programs that you might have missed. It is time for a rebroadcast. In case you missed this program, it comes your way tomorrow at just about 11 a.m. This is Kaieteur Radio. Call a friend, tell a friend, let them know that the rebroadcast of the Lall show is about to start in just about 2 minutes.
The third world is not poor. You don't go to poor countries to make money. There are very few poor countries in this world. Only the people are poor. When people didn't have enough to eat, when people were driven to the edge of desperation, there's billions to be made there, to be carved out and to be taken. The capitalist European and North American powers have carved out and taken the timber, the bauxite. They have taken out of these countries. These countries are not underdeveloped. They're overexploited. They're overexploited. They're overexploited.
Said a silent prayer as I walked in my office this morning and begged our Creator to guide us through what's taking place in this land on a daily basis. Joshua, I did that, honestly. Your life becomes a masterpiece when you learn to master peace. You hear what I said here?
Yes.
Your life becomes a masterpiece when you learn to master peace. I have learned over my years on earth that peace can only come through prayers and a healthy relationship with our Creator. Do you know that, Bernard? Yeah. Namaste. If you guys know of any other way how to earn peace, my telephone is always available. Call me and let me know. You hear that, Bernard? Yeah. Yesterday, I read something. A man said, stop sitting at the table where they speak evil of others, because when you get up, you're going to be their topic. I had to smile. You know, it's so true. I never want certain people around me because I can't stand them and I don't know to talk name. All my life, what I want to say to anyone, I say it to their face or loud and in public. If you guys ever hear anybody say Lall talk their name behind closed doors or behind their backs, uncle and auntie, namaste, tell them they lie. The pages of the Kaieteur News over the last 28 years are who Lall is. Never afraid to call a spade or tell it as it is. Tonight, you need to sit back and relax. I have a very, very interesting story to share with all of you. It has to do with our assets, how it is being siphoned off in the most brazen and barefaced manner in front of our eyes. And tonight's topic, Uncle, has nothing to do with our oil, our gold, our diamond, our bauxite, or our timber. I would not be mentioning a word about anything concerning those minerals and those riches we have. Tonight, I'll be sharing a beautiful story that all of you would love. So here we go. Our Vice President Bara Jagdeo became president in 1999. And months later, GPC, the Guyana Pharmaceutical Corporation, one of the most profitable business venture at the time for Guyana, man, that entity used to bring in foreign currency, lots of it, by producing and selling limacal, whiz, nutrifos, ferrol, smellopine, and all the rest of items, I can't remember, was snatched away from Guyana and sold to Bobby Ramroop, who we later learned was Jagdeo's best friend. That issue had raised so much discomfort in this country at the time that the man who used to head that corporation named Gussie Lee refused to hand over the formula to make the whiz, limacal, and ferrol. Yes. The man refused to hand over those things. He was subsequently charged. Yes, charged under President Jagdeo's leadership and placed before the court for refusing to hand over the secrets to making those products. You hear me, Bernard? Gussie Lee was ordered by the court to hand them over to the new owner. From then on, the GPC and other companies owned by Ramroop was given the bulk of the drug contracts to supply the Ministry of Health. I don't want to get into details of the prices that the Bara Jagdeo administration used to pay for those drug supplies. I am not. I will have to do a special prayer to keep my sanity intact if I am to go down that road. But I think you people are smart enough to understand what went on. Yes, what went on and is still going on up to today as I speak with drug contracts. He wasn't only given the contracts, but Guyana used to pay him to store the drugs for the Ministry of Health in his drug bond. Yep. Prayers needed in this land, now more than ever, Uncle and Auntie. The story I have to share with you tonight, I am not there yet. So brace yourself, relax, and let's move on. The Sonata complex in West Rhineville, worth in the tens of millions of US dollars, was renovated with hundreds of millions of our tax dollars, then given to the Ramroop company. Yes. When Jagdeo was questioned, he told the media that Bobby Ramroop submitted a proposal to rent the complex from the government. And when the matter came up before cabinet, yes, he get up and walk out because he and the man is friends. So he left cabinet, yes, to make the decision on the Sanata complex. But how do you wake up? Yeah. The complex was subsequently leased, rented, and before you know it, it was sold for next to nothing to the Ramroop Company. If I am to expose that deal in its entirety, everything that went on, Uncle, I would have to go to my prayer home every day, begging for comfort and peace of mind. Down to the government water well inside the complex that supplies Alexander Village, West Rheinveld and the neighboring villages with water. Was he one in the deal, Uncle? How stink and unfair that deal was. Tonight's story I have to share with you is still coming. So please relax. Relax and let's move on. Desmond Hoyt had left Guyana. I'm talking about our ex-president Desmond Hoyt. Had left Guyana with 20% ownership in GT&T. That 20% share used to give Guyana, used to give all of us, Uncle and Auntie, 2.5 million US a year. Jagdev sold it out, sold out the entire 20% shares for 30 million US. And on to this day, Guyana doesn't know who the real owners of it are. We were told it's a Chinese company. GT&T general manager told me, Glenn, we have never met the owners of the company. All we do is send their profits where we are instructed to send it. The coalition government went in and Harman flight to China on a private jet and came back and told the nation he went to collect the other 25 million that was outstanding in the GT&T share deal. You hear me about that? To this day, today is what, the 14th day? Yep. December 2022. Yeah. None of us know whether Guyana received that 5 million US or who is collecting the yearly profits. My guess is as good as yours, Bernard. A Chinese company. Yeah, I believe it's a Chinese company. 10 years has gone, Bernard. 10 years has gone. They don't make back their 30 million investment in profits. Every other year is profits for life. Guyana still waiting for our 5 million owed to us. And Jagze wants us to believe that is a Chinese company will be collecting the profits for life. A 30 million US value of shares, Uncle, anywhere in the world can never give you 2.5 million US a year. Never. Impossible. Even if you deal with cocaine or marijuana or heroin, 30 million investment can't give you $2.5 million a year. Jagdev sell it out and tell the nation he putting the money in the Marriott too. Oh boy. Bernard, you're getting tired. I see you sleep. You're nodding away on me. Oh boy, tonight's story, I promise, ain't ready yet, man. Relax, man. Open your eyes. Open your eyes and let's move on. The Borbis Bridge was built by the government with a few private people as investors. NIS that put the bulk of the money inside was not being paid dividends. No. But the private players never stopped receiving them investment package, Bernard. Them investment package that is enshrined in the deal. Maybe the deal, that same deal, enshrined in the deal, made by Jack Dale them. Brasington and Ashley Singh. Joshua?
Yes, sir. Maybe that has any money.
Again, if I am to tell you the arrangements between the government and the private players in that Borbies Bridge, I will have to skip the church and go to the masjid or the temple to get peace. By the way, Bernard, my dad was a Hindu and my mom was a Muslim. So I am fully aware with some of the teachings of Islam and Hinduism. Oh, uncle, but I'll tell you guys this. Jagdev's best friend is the largest single shareholder in the Borbies Bridge. You hear what I said there? Yes. Yeah, man. Let's move on again. Days before Jagdev demitted office in 2011, he granted TV, radio, and cable license to a few people. One of them was Ramroop Group. Another was Freedom House, and a few unknowns. One license was even granted to Robert Prasad's sister, who lives in America. Just in case, Bernard, you don't know the value of Guyana's assets. Many governments in the world today put their cable license up for sale. Yes, put it on auction, just like how you're auctioning oil blocks. Jamaica sold one of their cable license for $45 million US around the same time Jagdev gave away ours free. Free. I will go to church this Sunday for my peace. Or, depends on how I wake up, I will go down on my knees and pray for some more peace in this land. Should I get to the real story tonight?
Of course.
Or let's leave it for Friday, Joshua? Huh? You tell me, man. My peace of mind is being disturbed at the moment. Trust me. One cable license, Joshua, could have, had we sold it and sell it properly, it could have given 9-7% increase had Guyana sell it in the right fashion back then. 30 million US for GT&T shares is 6-7% increase. The drug contracts are hundreds of 7% increases. The Sonata complex is another 10-7% increase. Yes. If it was sold at the market value, uncle. Yeah. I am ashamed to tell you what it was sold for. That's Sonata complex. Not even half of a 7%. You hear me? GPC, had it not been sold, every year the public servants could have get 7% increase with ease since 1999. You know that, Joshua? Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That same GPC, the amount of money it used to make. Public servants could have get 7% every year from 1999 to now. The Borbies Bridge profits, oh boy, that going into the hands of private people, Could have given salary increase every year had it not been designed the way Winston Brasington, Ashley Singh, and Bharat Jagdeo designed it. The real story I have to tell y'all tonight is close by. So just relax. Don't get impatient with me, uncle. Grab a glass of wine, man. Or take a shot of bush rum, John. Give Auntie Doris a shot there for me too. It's a Christmas season. And I want a shot. I want a shot of bush rum too. I ain't drink that thing since I was a young man. It's true. My daddy used to hide and make it in the pond. You know, we had a big pond at the back, at the yard. And when the police come looking for bush rum, he just tell them he ain't got nothing in his yard. He used to throw it down at the bottom of the pond in a big jumbo jar. He didn't got nothing in the yard, but he used to sell the whole village, or like that. It's a good thing I didn't turn out like my daddy, because I would have drunk Jagdeo and take the whole of Guyana for myself and my family. Let's move on. He don't drink. I don't think he drink alcohol. I think he take a glass of wine now and again. Bernard, you ever hear or know that the whole Border cricket ground would have disappeared into the hands of Bobby Ramrupto? Wow. I don't want to catch you off track. Yes. He had submitted, uncle, a proposal for that too. And the letter was leaked to Glenn Lall. And when we bust out the story in the Kaieteur news, they run and left it alone. Man, if it wasn't, you know, it would have, that thing would have been in the hands of Ramrup a long time ago, hadn't that letter fall in my hand. Oh, but this wasn't under Jagdeo. This was under President Ramatar in 2013, when this fast one was being pulled on Guyana. Oh boy, but the real story is yet to come, man. Relax, calm down. Calm down. If it wasn't for the Kaieteur news, Joshua, and I am certain, and I'm not praising myself, I don't know where Guyana would have been or what would have been left in this country for the Guyanese people. You know that, Bernard? If it wasn't for me and the Kaieteur news. Man. Wow. As for the lands that was granted to Ramrup and his group of companies, here, there, and everywhere, if it wasn't for Kaieteur news again, and again, I'm not praising myself, uncle, I don't know where Guyana would have been or what would have been left in this country for the Guyanese people. We carried a story in 2012 in which we reported Ramrup Company paid $38,000 in VAT in his $40 million US Queens Atlantic Company. You hear that? Yeah, man. 38,000 Guyana dollars in VAT on a 40 million US company. Pray for them. And pray for me too, uncle and auntie. I need it to keep my sanity. If I am to get down into the thousands of stories the Kaieteur news would have carried with Bharat Jagdeo, Ramrup, Brasington, and Ashley Singh, I will certainly leave this earth without finishing, even if I speak non-stop to the end of my life, beginning tonight. That's so much story. It's untellable, man. Not untollable, untellable. The story I have to tell y'all tonight is inching up slowly. Don't sleep away on me, man. I see some of y'all through the radio nodding away on me after taking the bush rum. So let me hurry up. Kaieteur and Kanji oil blocks. Kaieteur and Kanji oil blocks. Yes. You got a little tape there with Kaieteur and Kanji oil blocks. Let me give them a little heads up in it. Yeah, play it. You didn't honor your promise to this nation to investigate the Kaieteur and Kanji oil blocks giveaway. What are you? Somebody has convinced you not to do that?
Which
The Kaieteur and Kanji investigation, the probe that you promised to
yes.
to do.
What probe was it? Remind me about this probe.
You said you would investigate the Kaieteur and Kanji oil blocks.
Yes, but when did I say this?
At your very first press conference you held,
That
when
we
you-
will
when-
investigate.
yes,
I'm not. I'm sure we don't need to investigate these. You were asking about the beneficial owners, and I said we will provide that information, and we provided the information. What is there to investigate? They got the standard contract, which is a bad contract that we know, because Exxon and the others got the same contract.
So you
asked who the beneficial owners are.
well we wanted to know who are the beneficial owners,
Right,
and
know
you
the
promised an
beneficial owners
investigation.
now. We release who the beneficial owners are.
You promised to do an investigation.
No, but
well, it's more than just a benefit. No, we haven't seen the beneficial owners of the Kaieteur and Kanji oil blocks today.
Yeah, you have not seen that? Well,
No,
we
we have
can
not
get
seen
that
that.
to you if you haven't seen it.
Oh, I'd
it's
love
just
to-
that you might have an oversight, yes.
All right. So I'm going to see that. Joshua,
Yes, sir.
keep your eye on that Kaieteur and Kanji. Beneficial owners, the money owners who got it. Remember he said he's going to release it? I asked him back that question Friday gone again. Where is it? What did he say? What did he say, Josh? Go ask Vikram Bharat. Keep your eyes on that, what he said there. I asked him who are the beneficial owners. And he said the report is out. We haven't seen it as yet. Those two oil blocks, the Kaieteur and Kanji, was signed away under President Ramotar. Yes. He said he acted on the advice and recommendations of Robert Prasad and the GGMC. Yep. And you heard him. He had promised at his press conference when they came back into office in 2020 how he will carry out an investigation to see if any wrongdoing took place and who are the beneficial owners of those two oil blocks. You heard him just now. That was on my radio program. He promised again to make it available so that we can see who are the real owners that collected the money from the sale to ExxonMobil. Yep. You want to play him back? No, I think they hear him already, man. And like I said, I asked him Friday again about the report at the press conference. And he told me to go to Vikram Bharat. So let me ask this question. Is Bobby Ramrup the real beneficial owner? Or is he himself? I leave that conclusion to you, the public, uncle and auntie. I must remind all of you that the Kaieteur oil block was given to a company that had two known Guyanese listed as directors on the company. A man named Nicholas Chongasang and Yuli Nelson. Nicholas Chongasang at the time was a very senior employee of the GGMC under Robert Prasad's stewardship. Yuli Nelson, on the other hand, was a director on the Marriott Hotel Board headed by Winston Brasington. The Kanji oil block was also granted to another company in which two prominent gold miners, one named Ryan Pereira and Michael K. Wood, in which Robert Prasad was the head of the mining sector. Again, guess what, Uncle? Robert Prasad told Guyana he never met or know the people who were given the Kaieteur or the Kanji oil blocks. He only met the lawyers, and he couldn't remember their names or where the law firms or offices were located. It's Christmas. Yes, it's Christmas. It's Christmas. Have a merry, merry, merry time. I love you. I love you. Love you, love you, love you till I die. I love you, Guyana. And I love all of you. I mean that from my heart. I will continue to keep all of you in my prayers. And all of them too. Yeah. Now let me share the story that you're long awaiting for, that brought me out tonight. Bernard, I really wanted to attend a function I was invited to tonight. But I canceled that function just to be here with all of you to share the story. Yes, I would have been very uncomfortable going to that function, and I couldn't wait until Friday to share the story with you guys. So here we go. You got to listen to me carefully and follow what I'm saying. In September 2007, when the country had no money and people were starving, the government gave $1 million US contract to Courtney Ben to move the sewage pipelines at the Kingston foreshore. No reason was given by Jagdeo for doing that. You following me, Bernard? Later, in the same year, the Food and Drugs Department was asked to pack up and move out from the building they were using in the surrounding area at Kingston. At that time, Uncle, we were hearing in the grapevine that a hotel was going to be built in the area, but everybody's foot, hand, and mouth was closed. Jagdeo didn't disclose any information whatsoever to this country. 2 months later, a water well was being drilled, approved by Bara Jagdeo. Again, nothing was said. Nothing was said what that water well was being drilled for. 6 months later, in 2008, Jagdeo said a hotel will be built and promised to release the names of the persons who will be building the hotel on the spot. But are you with me? 3 months later, at the turning ceremony of the new hotel, Jagdeo told the media he cannot release the names of the hotel owners because of a confidentiality clause in the agreement. Let's move on. Let's move on. Out of the 1 million contract Courtney Ben get, 700,000 was paid to him, and then Jagdeo went and hired an international firm, paid him $2 million US to move the pipelines, the sewage pipelines, and told the nation that he didn't have any confidence in Courtney Ben, who he had hired to do the job. So, 2.7 million US of taxpayers' money done spent there. I continue. In 2009, Jagdev announced that the people who wants to build a hotel pulling out the deal. He said, I can't find money. Uncle, that was the beginning of the whole me lose me game he was playing with Guyana on this Marriott hotel. The Marriott people came to Guyana and did a feasibility study, meaning a financial study, uncle, and said the hotel will not be profitable and didn't want their name to become a failure in any country, and walked away. Man, Joshua, I hope you guys following the trend going on here, you know.
I am.
The next year, 2010, a company out of Grenada, Zublin, the company named Zublin, said that Guyana government was offering a deal of a lifetime to build the Marriott brand hotel in Guyana. When Kaieteur News carried that story, Joshua, of this sweetheart deal, Jagdev became very upset and lashed out at the people for breaking the confidentiality clause between them. Auntie, he didn't want the Guyanese people to know what was the offer. What was the sweetheart deal he was making to bring a Marriott here? So he lashed out at the people for bossing up his bag. Months before Jagdev left office in 2011, hell-bent on building that hotel, he announced the construction of the Marriott Hotel. You got to hear this carefully, Bernard. You don't know this. This time around, the Marriott says they will not be investing any money in the hotel. But if the hotel have to be built with their brand name, them have to manage the hotel in accordance to their standards. They would be the manager to ensure that the hotel is managed and run according to their standards, in which they were being paid a handsome fee. You understand me there, Bernard? Mm-hmm. It means that if you want to build it, them must be the one running it. You ain't going to build me name and mess it up.
Exactly.
Days before Jagdev left office, a contract was signed with a Chinese company for 52 million US to build a hotel. My gosh, 52 million US. Oh. Let me give you a little quick rundown, man. When I hear the money they're spending for building this hotel, then I fly till to Miami. And right at Miami International Hotel, airport, as soon as you come out 1 minute, there are a bunch of Marriotts there. Marriott Inn, Marriott Suites. Man, a ton of them, 8. I go in and I find out the cost for build a 200 room. And uncle, you'd be shocked to hear. A 200 room hotel, a cost 55,000 US. And come to the price just now. I nearly dropped dead when I hear the 52 million to build this hotel here. The money the government spent to do the feasibility study was not included in that 52 million. The 2.7 to move the sewage pipeline was also not included in the 52 million. The land, the Kingston land, was also not included in that 52 million. So Bernard, if you put an average cost for the land, let me put between 8 to 10 million US. The feasibility study, the sewage cost, plus the 52 million, you already meet 65 million US. You hear me? 65 million US. And it went beyond that. Now let me tell you. You know what you're talking about it? You're talking about over 300,000 US. over 60 million Guyana dollar for one room at a Marriott hotel. And guess how much the Marriott them a bill for in the US? 55,000 US. We won't cost 300,000 US. That's the most expensive hotel on earth.
6 times.
That's the most expensive hotel on earth. You understand what I'm saying, man? Yes. Wow. Wow. Then Winston Brasington said, Republic Bank will be investing 27 million into the construction. Lo and behold, uncle and auntie, when Republic Bank was asked, they said they were only asked by Brasington to put together an investor-friendly package for potential investors. You hear that, Bernard? Potential investors. And Jagdeo had said, told the world that Republic Bank is putting together a consortium, a group of people to invest in the Marriott. Uncle, like Republic Bank and the Marriott brand itself, not investing a cent in that project. Yes. Both of them not putting a cent in that project. Republic Bank was only asked to find people to invest, uncle. Here the big question. Who are those people? Bernard? Who was those people? Listen to this. At the second sod-turning ceremony, because remember the first one collapsed when them say how the people walk away. At the second sod-turning ceremony, Jagdeo wasn't there. Guess who was there? His friends, including Bobby Ramroop.
Hold on one another. I love we love of each other. Let's dance together. I love we love one another. तेरे संग झूल रहा है मेरी बाहों में जग सारा मेरा नाम करेगा रोशन जग में मेरा राज दुलारा तुझे सूरज कहूँ या चंदा तुझे दीप कहूँ या तारा मेरा नाम करेगा रोशन जग में मेरा राज दुलारा तुझे सूरज कहो या चंदा तुझे दीप कहो या तारा मेरा नाम करेगा रोशन जग में मेरा राज दुलारा Hold on one another I love we love of each other Let's dance together I love we love one another
Joshua, what's going on there, man?
That was technical difficulty, dear sir. I apologize.
Yep. What do you mean the technical difficulty, bro? This is a serious program.
I apologize, sir. Things happen. Maybe it was meant to go there.
All right. Sorry about that, guys. I love the song anyway. And you should too. After all, we have to love one another. We have to share with one another and dance with one another. The only thing, Joshua, is that these guys not sharing with us our own thing. They're only sharing the things among their own friends. Oh. It's a nice song, though. It's a nice piece you fit in there. That's a good difficulty, man. That's a real technical difficulty. Anyway, let's move on. It's good. It's Christmas, you know. You gotta inject a little humor now and again.
Yeah, man.
Let's get back to our topic. This story. Winston Brasington, in absence of Jagdeo, tell the media present at the ceremony that the majority of the investment will be coming from private investors who are still to be named. You hear about that? At the second start turning, Brazilians, private investors who are yet to be named. Then we were told by Jagdev himself that the 25 million US out of the 30 million they collected from the GT&T shares, yeah man, will be used to start the construction of the Marriott Hotel. You hear that? Now, let me ask this question. Would any one of you, uncle and auntie, sell the most profitable business you have and take that money to invest in another uncertain business? Huh? Who does things like that? Well, that is what Vice President Jagdeo did when he was president. No. Yes, when he was president, with that GT&T shares to build the Marriott Hotel. When the hotel was finished, it was not even making money to pay the light bill at the time, Bernard. Much less pay the bank installment of the private investors or towards the private investors. As a result, Bernard, we could have lost that hotel to the investors hiding behind the Republic Bank. And Guyana would have lost everything. Yes. The Marriott would have been staring us in our face, not as the Guyanese people own, but as private people own. Uncle, it was so bad that the taxpayers' dollars had to come out from the treasury to pay the private people through the bank. Just like the Borbies Bridge. Both projects were designed in such a way that if the two projects don't make profit, can't make a profit to pay the private investors, them stitch in. Yes. Then we tax dollars, money from the treasury, you have to pay them. Yes. Pay them the fat percentage they were required to get out of the agreement made under Jagdeo. Yes, uncle. This is how the man Jagdeo running Guyana. Setting deals not to benefit the Guyanese people, but safeguard and protect private investors with Guyana chunk of the money. The PNC plus the AFC came in and end up taking over the investment from Republic Bank, which kick out the private players. And of course, you know, from then on the taxpayers were footing the bill for the Marriott Hotel to keep it floating. Until, let me repeat, we treasury, we tax dollars, the PNC had to dig out from the treasury to keep the Marriott Hotel floating. Until God Almighty smiled on Guyana when He gave us oil. From the time we find oil, the hotel started making money to take care of itself and bring in a few dollars into our treasury, giving the taxpayers, me and you, some relief, uncle. Yes, some relief. You don't want to know. Hadn't we find oil, what Guyana would have been going through until now with that hotel. So, that since we find oil, it eased the burden on Guyana. Hear this one now, Bernard. Uncle and auntie, are you hearing me clearly here now? Yesterday, the government announced they're selling out the Marriott. It is up for sale. Joshua, you didn't hear what I said there. After going through all of that, what we went through with the Marriott Hotel, couldn't pay the light bill, couldn't pay the installments, had to fork out we tax dollars to keep it afloat. It start making money now. Now it's up for sale. Now it's up for grabs. God Almighty smile on us. And the hotel making money today. Them ready to snatch it away from we and put in. Not Vladimir Putin from Russia. And Putin. Me not call name. Irish call name and me gonna blow whistle. Yes. Things were making money in this country. The GPC was making money. GT&T shares was making real money. The cable frequency, we could have get real money. The Barbies Bridge, we could have been making money. The Sonata complex, that it sell right, we would have been got big money. And many others disappear. Too much to mention. Yes. Things that making money is going out as honey. Uncle, there was an advertisement in the newspapers. And I must let you know, that advertisement was in yesterday's newspaper. That's how we know that this Marriott is up for sale. So I must let you know the conditions they set out to acquire the hotel. Bernard, you read the conditions? Check yesterday's paper. Uncle, the conditions they set out to acquire the hotel, to put in a bid or to win it. Only a handful of people in the Caribbean can meet those requirements. So I don't know who hands it will be going into. Ta-da! Ta-da! But you know, Josh, if you're going to make a mistake with a technical error and playback, that thing will be nice. But no, it's okay. Today, I checked the Marriott rate is over $300 a night for a room. Yes. They got 200 rooms there. And every night it's full. $60,000 a night the hotel making. 1.8 million US a month. That is money like drizzle, uncle. That's money like the GT&T shares, auntie. That's 21 million US a year. 21 million US a year, uncle. Oh boy. It's 7% increase a year for all the public servants. We go in and give away. Money I'm talking about, dear uncle. Take out half, or let me just say take out half of the 21 million for expenses. 7% will be going into the new owner's hands. Yes. Clean money. Clean like whistle. Every year. And much more. Because, as the oil kicks in, the hotel price will go up. Yes. More prices in the hotel hands. On the private hands. Who going to get it now, Bernard? They will be making a killing out of this hotel right now. You hear what I'm saying, man? You know what is 1.8 million US a month? Huh? You put that in the hands of Lall tomorrow morning. By the time they build them hotels at Ogle, me don't make 10 hotel money out of the Marriott. Oh, the hotel price going up in this country, and money going up in private people's hands. What going up for y'all, Joshua?
Cost of living.
Yes, the public servants, the police, the nurses, the teachers, the pensioners, nothing. Nothing going up for y'all but cost of living. This is money for states to keep or to help patch roads or to give pensioners some help. This is money to go in private hands. That's why they put bail. This is how they run your country. I am waiting to see their next move. What game, what trickery, what excuse Jagde will be coming up with to tell this nation why they want to sell out this most profitable hotel today. I am waiting. I am watching keenly. Bernard, you notice what time of the year it is? Huh?
Christmas.
Yes.
Everybody busy.
Uncle, you notice what time of the year them hustling to pull this fast one on we? Remember last year, they run to Parliament on the 29th of December. When all of you busy enjoying the Christmas season, partying and enjoying the life. They passed law to jail the finance minister if he don't report accurately how much money going in the oil account. Wait, na? Wait, na man. They passed law for jail the finance minister if he don't report accurately how much oil money going in the account. But no law was passed to jail the finance minister when or if he take out the money and what he spend it on. Oh, uncle. Again, we are approaching the Christmas season and the Marriott is up for sale. The Marriott is up for grabs. Like I said, I am waiting to see their next move and whose hands it will land in. If y'all allow it to be sold. You hear me? If y'all allow it to be sold. I just want to give you a quick note before I go. That was the lead story in the Kaieteur News front page today. And it was also on the front page of the Stabrook News. Not a single word in the Guyana Chronicle and the Guyana Times. Your money-making property is going up for sale. Let me repeat this thing, man. Your money-making property is going up for sale. I can understand the Guyana Times not telling y'all anything because of the owner, Ramroot. But man, the Guyana Chronicle is your newspaper. Is our newspaper. They're not telling us anything to it? Huh? God bless all of you. Pray for peace. And then beg God Almighty to give you a piece of Guyana before that too gone. Have a great night. And please join me Friday for another unforgettable program before I take my break into the Christmas holidays.